Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to our Master of Ceremonies, Devi Munin, representatives from the Partners for Possibility, school principals, educators, distinguished guests or Department of Education, circuit managers that are here, and ladies and gentlemen, and all protocols observed. It is indeed an honor and privilege to address you today. At the outset, I must congratulate you on such a fantastic initiative. I must say, I'm really impressed, and I'm going to take this back to government. Your commitment to becoming change agents in our local communities and making a difference by uplifting the quality of life of our people, it's indeed outstanding. I certainly believe that it is time for responsive and responsible leadership. The first question is, what is responsive leadership? To me, it means having a close relationship with your consumers or employees or stakeholders, hearing what they have to say, and quickly and efficiently and effectively responding to their problems and concerns. And that's exactly what you all did, the business people. Accordingly, engagement, communication, and corrective action are key to responsive leadership. It is actually our ability to take action and actively play our part in our communities. This includes a person who is touched by what someone in his community is going through and commits to assisting to the elected councillor stepping up and taking responsibility. Now, responsive leadership in many aspects, or in many respects, is us recognizing that leadership is a verb and not exclusive to people in power. So we can create a more inclusive society by firstly dismantling this idea that only people in power or people of a certain age, or worse, a certain gender are leaders. We are often taught from a very young age that leadership is a male trait. This actually disempowers young girls who grow up to be women, who don't take ownership of their leadership potential. Personally, I have already started to try and shape the world we live in that puts responsible and responsive leadership at the forefront. Now, I continuously push the boundaries of what a woman is expected or not expected to do, often sharing my leadership story and some of the challenges I had living up to my leadership potential. Now, responsive leadership for me means taking responsibility for my role in building society I want to live in, and most importantly, it's recognizing that more can be done if we work together as a collective. And that's exactly what the business partners with the school did. Leadership has never been in greater crisis. In my view, it is the defining issue of our age. In its outlook on the global agenda 2015, the World Economic Forum rated dissatisfaction with leaders as the third largest challenge for the year. More than about 87% of those surveyed at the conference expressed an opinion that current leaders are failing to get things done. So we ask ourselves, where have all the great leaders gone to? Where are they? There are leadership gaps in addressing some of the global issues impacting us, such as climate change, energy, migration, globalization, etc. If this was the same old world, traditional leadership could still be an option. But current events require new models. Exactly, new models of leadership and new ways of thinking as well. Especially when the world is changing so much faster than us. Accordingly, we need responsible leadership. Now, voters have sent a strong message that the status quo is no longer acceptable. Business leaders, this is a call to arms for business. We need to take a hard look at how business fits into this picture. Businesses, particularly the big ones, has played an undeniable role in creating this untenable situation, and we saw it today. However, I must say that businesses are taking steps to begin to address this. This is an excellent example what we saw today. I just can't get over it. Normally at this time I'm a bit sleepy because we Muslims are fasting and we wake up very early. So because of what went on, I told my friend it's keeping me much awake, you know. So more businesses have begun to embrace their role as corporate citizens by partnering with governments and non-profits to effect change in their communities. So we are moving in the right direction, I think, but we can do better. On the whole, the business community has still not stepped out of their comfort zone. I'm not generalizing. They have elevated the importance of giving back on the corporate agenda, but they have not fully embraced it as fundamental to the way they operate. And that is what I believe to be the missing piece. The fact is, business cannot succeed if society fails. That's the vital point. Consider the implications of operating a business in an environment where people don't have the money to buy what is being sold. What happens then? Where growing inequities manifest in civil unrest and elevated crime rates. Where people don't have access to education required to do the jobs that need to be done. So yes, business has a moral obligation to the communities in which they live, in which they work. But for the business community, this is also a matter of self-preservation. And we must act now. The level of discord and divide in our communities is reflected, and you can see it all the time in the service delivery protests every other day that we are experiencing. As with any complex problem, the solutions will be manifold, and the business community cannot wait on governments and NGOs to lead on all fronts. Business must become responsive, and also there must be responsible leaders in their own right as to how you do this. I think you start by asking yourself 3 hard questions that I'm going to put across. Firstly, are you continually looking for ways to take better care of your employees and stakeholders? Are you doing enough to build the skills of the future? Do you have a business model that can do more than just deliver on the bottom line? These questions are a start. Creating a fundamental shift in the way business approach their role in addressing societal inequalities will take time, I'm sure. Now, as a society, we need to refocus on creating an economy that works for everyone. We have to do it. I believe that the business community is in the best position to lead the way. And you have done it. It was manifested here. So carry on taking the lead. In conclusion, I would like to wish you all the best with this wonderful initiative. We call it the PFP. Leaders who are guided by empathy, diversity, and the selfless pursuit of common good can empower people who currently feel disenfranchised. We do not lack the means to make the world a better place and fairer place, but we do need a new approach that centers around inclusivity, collaboration, and making a difference. And you did it. Accordingly, I would like to leave you with this thought from Homi Karas and John Arthur, who said, and I quote, "The upside of any moment of deep uncertainty is an opportunity to do things differently." The key to harness creative instincts towards better outcomes are not just new activities. So for the big issues, the results are all that matters. Our world needs to reset in how we operate and how we cooperate to tackle our greatest long-term challenges, starting today. And you have started, so let's move on with that. Thank you very much for inviting the municipality. The mayor was not available today. She is busy with the Regional General Council. In fact, I was there as well the whole day, and it's a bit of a tiring day. Thank you very much.